The Canadian smog.
The Canadian smog or whatever, chemtrail or whatever they say it is.
Why did you bring that up? Because I had to. It's killing
I asked
us
my
all.
mom, I'm like,
Literally
did you
killing us.
ever have wildfire smoke just drift into Ohio when you were a kid, or is this something new? Okay, thank you, Mom.
Did she say it was new?
This is something new.
Did she say it was something
She's
new?
doesn't remember like wildfire smoke causing foggy.
My mom either.
Okay.
We've talked about it.
We're being lied to.
Okay.
We are the calm, the storm, the whimsy, and you're listening to That's What She Said.
Okay, so our kids went on a school trip not that long ago.
Yes, they did.
And I picked them up. They went to Cedar Point, and I picked them up. And Tori's stories were very traumatic because she had a friend like get on a ride and she kept getting sick.
I did not know about this.
It was crazy. But Pacey's stories after Tori's story were hilarious.
My son is kind of funny.
Yeah, I told him on that ride, I'm like, your parents are going to be so proud of you. Because I can remember you a couple summers ago in the last, maybe even last year, like trying to get him to ride big rides.
He didn't even go on the trip last year with 7th grade. He was like, I'm not going. He's terrified of heights. So that's like where this falls into. He loves thrills and he loves to have fun, but he does not like the heights part. And so a roller coaster to him is like high and I'm out of control. I don't have control over what is happening.
Yeah. And you guys have been trying to get him to do it, right?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Forever. Aaron and I love roller coasters. We love Cedar Point. We've gone our whole lives. And so I'm like, well, how can I have a kid that doesn't like this? Like,
do you like roller coasters still? Yeah.
I haven't been on them in a long time, but yeah.
I'm a chicken now.
What?
Ever since I had kids, I get really nervous on stuff like that.
I remember we went to Disney and Eliza was in line for the rock and roller coaster. And like our family was like, it's okay. Like you can back out. I'm like, you are not.
Yeah, you're
backing out. We're not doing that. Yeah. You are getting on this ride and you'll survive. It lasts how long? You'll be okay.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So earlier in the day, during Cedar Point, he texted Aaron and said, hey, Dad, I'm having fun. Because we were really nervous. We were like, first of all, he had just got out of a cast or like a air boot because he broke his ankle. So he was concerned about walking all the distance and everything. And then he was nervous about the heights and he didn't really want to be like in a group of people that he wasn't friends with because he doesn't ride. And so it was just a lot of anxiety for him. So he texted Aaron, was like, Dad, I rode this. He like rode like 7 rides or something like that. And he was super excited about it. And so Aaron was like, oh, buddy, I'm so glad. Like, I think of the one time at Camp Carl that you didn't want to get on the big swing, but like everybody cheered you on, you got on the big swing and you had so much fun. So like, that's how we kind of like encouraged him. Like, once you do it, we know you're going to have fun.
Yeah.
So it was encouraging to get that text. So the next text I get was, Mom, I'm in line for the, what is it? Rougarou?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
So I think it's the Rougarou, and I think it's the old mantis that like there's no floor and like your legs hang. And he says, I waited 2 hours in line. We were excited. I got into the cart and I just got really anxious. And I said, excuse me, can I get out? And so he got out of the cart because he was like, I'm not going. Like, he just had this like overwhelming feeling and he was like, I can't do it. So he got out and like, of course, jerk people called him names, like not friends from school, but like people that were in line, like, oh, you're such a baby, and like made fun of him. And he was like, I was fine. It was fine. So then he went and played basketball and won a basketball and all those things. So he gets home and Hillary's like, oh my gosh.
I said he has me crying on the way home.
And I don't even know if these are the stories that he had you crying with but it's freaking hilarious. So
my favorite though was you were like good crying, or
I was concerned because, you know, Pacey and Hillary have like this love-hate relationship sometimes. So I'm like, is he okay? Are you okay? What is happening? And she's like, no, it's like a good, like hilarious. And I was like, okay. So he tells me that they were on Valraven. Is that correct? Is that the story that you were?
I don't remember
what's Valraven.
Okay. So Valraven is the one that's like a 90-degree angle, like hangs over the top and then goes straight down.
Yes.
Okay. And they were in the front car, if I'm correct.
That one didn't give him anxiety?
No.
Really?
Right? So I believe, is that correct? I think they were in the front car.
I don't remember that part.
Okay. So he is riding with one of his friends who is a little guy. Okay. And he's terrified. So Pacey's terrified.
Oh,
his friend is little.
Super skinny.
Like super skinny, super short, like little guy. Yeah. Okay. And he's like, Mom, he's like, we were at the top and we were just hanging there. And right before I knew it, he started to slip out of the cart. And I grabbed him and I held on to him. And the next thing I knew it, I was holding on to him the whole ride. And we were just screaming. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't let this kid like fall out of this. And he just held him the whole time.
He was going to fall out?
He felt like he was going to. So the kid felt like he was going to. And Pacey felt like he was sliding. And he just held him in the cart like the whole time. He's like, before I knew it, I couldn't even let go. Like I was just holding him into the seat the whole time.
I hope the picture showed that.
Oh my gosh. I wonder if we could get the picture.
I don't know.
Oh, wow. And so it was just, Aaron was like, what? And he's like, yeah. I was like, he is not dying on my watch.
Oh my gosh.
And I jokingly said, did you pee a little? Because that's what I say about everything. And
oh my gosh.
And he goes, yep, I did. And I was like, oh. I wasn't expecting that answer. And then he goes, this is good podcast material. And then I said he said to me, all of a sudden, all my life choices, all of my life choices started flashing before my eyes. That's what he said while he was on the roller coaster.
On that one?
I don't remember which one. But then the following one he said, I will never forgive myself if my friend flies out of this. Like, these are all the things that were going through his head.
It was like the end of, like, his life was ending and these moments and all these thoughts were, like, coming to him. And, oh, my gosh.
So I can't remember if it was that kid or another one. But Pacey said, I told him that, like, it was somebody who hates roller coasters.
Yes.
Was it that kid?
I think so. Yeah, he does not like them. So they rode together.
And he told him it wouldn't be scary.
Oh, my gosh.
And then he said he cried. And he didn't get it back on anything else after that. See, I was like, Pacey!
You cried?
The other boy.
After he almost slipped out?
I think, well, the ride that Pacey told him, it isn't scary. Like, to get him on it.
Oh, man.
Oh, and Pacey's the one telling him, oh, it's fine, it's fine.
Well, that's probably why he said all my life choices started to flash before my eyes. It was just funny the way he said it, like... That was what he was contemplating when he was on the roller coaster.
Oh, my goodness.
So I can't figure out if he was sliding out or sliding because they hang down. So I don't know if he was like sliding out of the top of or the bottom of it. Whatever the case, Pacey said, I grabbed a hold of him. I wasn't going to let him die on my watch. And I held him the entire rest of the ride. He's like, I couldn't let go. Like the force happened as we were like, and I was like, wow.
So funny.
Oh my gosh.
He told me that somebody passed out too on a roller coaster and then like woke back up.
But I think it was a guy. I think it was one.
A boy.
Yeah. I don't know who it was.
Yeah.
But oh my goodness.
Funny.
Oh, wow. What a trip.
Yes.
I haven't been to Cedar Point in forever. The last time we went, it rained.
Gosh.
Remember?
Oh, I remember. How could I forget that trip?
So we went that day.
It did rain.
My kids want to go back, but I'm like, we need to make sure our height is good.
Yeah.
Yes. It's hard. That was a hard day.
Yeah.
That was a hard day for many reasons. But yes, that was. I have really, this is kind of funny, a Cedar Point story, 2 Cedar Point stories that happened the same night. So we went to Hollow Weekend. And my husband decided that, so I am not a fan of Halloween, but not not just because of Halloween. I'm terrified. So like literally terrified. So I didn't know. I had never been to a Hollow Weekend before. Oh my gosh.
Kelly. Awful.
Oh man.
Too.
So like on the back half of Cedar Point, it's like all like smoky and like spider webs and like all. Yes, it's definitely Canadian smoke coming across Lake Erie there. And then all these characters that are like dressed up like haunted house. Okay. And I was terrified. I was down on my knees covering my head because I was afraid that they were so close to me that they were going to touch me. And my sister is like, she loves witches. And like this witch like came over to me and was like in my face. And one of these other ones had like on this bungee cord and like jumped out at me. I was done. I was like,
can we go? We'll take the podcast on the road to Hollow Weekends.
You'll go to that, but not a haunted house.
I'll do Hollow Weekends. I'll do the haunted houses there, not the big.
I just don't want to be touched.
That's what she said.
I don't know. That is what she said. I just don't want to be touched. So that same night, my brother-in-law and I got on this ride. It was like the adult swings on the.
Those are terrifying.
It was terrifying.
Just throw me in the ocean. Just
into the ocean.
In the ocean. Throw me in the ocean.
Erie. You just feel like you're going to fly off and go. What if it breaks and you just end up floating in this thing in the middle of Lake Erie? No thanks.
That's exactly how
I will never do those again.
We were sitting right next to each other and my sister and my Aaron decided to not ride it. It was just the two of us. And we were right next to each other and we were all the way in the air. I mean, all the way in the air. And we were like full out spinning and his harness unhooked. And I looked at him and he looked at me and we like, it had the chain still, but like the lock part came undone and he was like, no, and like held it down. And I just looked at him the whole time and I was like, oh my gosh. Like it was terrifying.
I'm rethinking wanting to go. So scratch that.
I mean, we were safe. We ended up being fine.
Sounds like it.
But it was terrifying. We laugh about it all the time.
We talked about a kid being held in on a ride and one that had to, I know.
Yeah.
But no thanks. Maybe I'm done with that.
I also had to walk down a roller coaster. Do you remember that?
What?
When I went to Six Flags.
I don't remember that.
It was a wooden one. I think the Villain, maybe? Is that what it was called?
Okay.
And we got up to the top hill, like the first one that's super high, and it died on the top of the hill.
Nope.
And they couldn't get it to go down
that ladder thing.
No.
Stop.
One at a time, we got escorted down by somebody, and it was awful. So scary. All our parents are down on the ground, like watching us because we went with like the youth group. Can you imagine being the parent? Like I thought I was scared, but imagine being the parent standing on the ground watching your teenager get escorted down that big hill. It was so scary.
Oh my gosh.
So scary. You want to go to Cedar Point this summer?
I do.
I thought I did until
That's
now.
thrilling. Just kidding. Not that.
Here's a quick story.
Tell us.
Hillary and I are watching the run through of the play. Okay. They've run through the whole play. Wait, I'm going to stop. I'm going to go back to like the day before. Hillary's trying to figure out what Nora needs to wear on her base layer. So she's like, so for the Winky, she needs to wear black pants and a black shirt. She's like, yeah. And then for this, she needs to be nude underneath that. And I'm like, well, I would think she'd be nude underneath that.
They said nude, like, what do you call them?
Oh, like
for like gymnastics,
yes,
like a leotard or something. So I was scared to go ask the lady because I didn't want it to seem like I wasn't paying attention. And then she's like, oh, I think she's going to be nude under there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, ridiculous.
Stop it.
Are you nude under those clothes?
Yeah. Yep. She kept going.
Okay. So then this same lady who's amazing.
She's amazing.
Her name's Amber. So we go through the whole play and she took notes the whole time. And she's just telling them, okay, for this scene, you want to make sure you do this you want to do this.
That's a big job.
Yeah.
Dorothy, wash her back. And Hillary goes, why does she have to wash her back? And I'm like, what? She told her to wash her back. I'm like, she said, watch your back. Because they don't want the back to the audience. They weren't like, hey, Dorothy, you need to wash your back.
But then I was like, watch your back. Like, are you, like, you're threatening her? Or is there too much skin showing? Like, she has to cover with more on her back? I was so confused. It made sense.
Wash your back.
Yeah, wash your back.
So
wow, that's amazing.
You take every moment you can to make fun of me that way because we make fun of you.
just fun.
I have a pretty good story too. You ready for this one?
We're ready.
Okay, so we were going to dinner a couple weeks ago and we were driving. Okay, so Aaron's driving. We're all in the car. He stops in the middle of the circle on Arlington. Okay, like stops in the middle of it.
Of the circle?
Of the circle.
Okay.
And I said, and he says, where are we going again?
You're like, did you have a CBD gummy?
And Strider said, Dad, are you traveling with gummy bears again?
Oh!
It was Strider who said it. It was so amazing. But the funniest thing was, it was so weird because he literally just stopped and he was like, where are we going again? And it was like as if... So we were going to Jersey's on 619 for her pizza night, but it was as if we were going to like Town Tavern because he wanted to go like Greensburg, like off that way. But he stopped right between the Greensburg area and to go around the
Was it busy?
circle. No.
Luckily.
But I'm like, what are you doing? And he goes, where are we going again? And I was like,
man.
oh my gosh. And then Strider.
That is amazing.
With the amazing gummy bear.
I have to tell you, my mom said, I haven't heard that one yet. She can't find it. She just clicks on whatever pops up when so she re-listens to things all the time. She goes, I found the drug soap one, but I can't find the gummy one. And I was like, you have to, it's so good. So I said, I'll send it to you. She's like, well, I said, there was somebody that texted me and said, I cannot believe that you and Kelly put that episode out there. Like after our history, like not in a negative way, just like she just couldn't believe. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, well, only because it was an accident. Like,
it's like totally not on purpose.
Yeah.
This is not what we do for fun.
Yeah. And so my mom goes, it's not like he was driving or anything. And I was like, you're going to need to listen to that episode.
Oh my goodness.
So good.
Oh man.
So the kids were going to bed last night and we were going to watch a movie last night. So I told Naomi, go get your pajamas on because that's one less stuff to do later. Mm-hmm. Everybody go put your pajamas on and watch a movie. Mm-hmm. So she always wants somebody to come upstairs with her. I'm like, I'm not going up there today. So Liza went up with her and they were gone for a minute. And then they're like, Mom, she came down. She's like, I went in my room and Neil's cage was open.
Oh.
We had been gone all day long. All day long.
Oh, that's what we just heard over there.
So I was like, okay, this thing's dead or gone. Like we were gone all day. So it was not like a little bit of time. It was probably like 8 hours we were gone. And then we were home for a few hours before we went upstairs. So like this gerbil has had all day to just explore. So I go up there and I'm like, oh my gosh, her door was open. The dog is out. Like, did the dog eat the gerbil? Like, oh gosh, what are we going to do if something's wrong with Neil Armstrong? So anyway, I always I'm a little ridiculous. So like when I go in Naomi's room, I'm always like, hey Neil, how you doing? I always talk to Neil. Hey buddy. And I give him like a toilet paper roll to chew on. Like I always just...
He knows your voice.
He knows my voice. And he knows... Zelda knows my voice too, the lizard. So I always talk to Zelda too when I go in their room.
You are like the animal whisperer.
So I just start to panic and I'm like, okay, I don't even think this thing could be in her room anymore. And then if it came downstairs, like what if it went out to the garage? There's mouse traps out there. I don't know. I'm just like,
gosh.
Everything in my mind. I'm like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? So then I'm like, Neil, hey, Neil, where you at, Neil? And Luke goes, there he is. He like came out of the closet looking around and then he ran back in. So it took us a minute to find him.
But he came to your voice.
He came to my voice.
Aww.
And then we couldn't get him. So then I put a toilet paper roll out and he starts.
Oh.
And we were able to get him. Naomi caught him and hugged him and loved him.
He was probably having the time of his life in that closet.
But she forgot to shut the cage and he was just...
He's a lucky duck.
Gone.
Oh, she is super lucky that he didn't leave the room, that the dog didn't get him. Oh.
Then my other animal story was today.
Just a few animal stories. That's
Real
all.
quick.
Always.
This is quick.
Her Pookie.
So I'm dry. I'm like, all right. Carly's like, I thought we were getting together at 7, and she's like, 6:30 ? Dinner will be ready in 5 minutes. I'm like, I'm out of here. I'm like, I'm on my way. So I get in the car and I'm going down the driveway, and I saw this big thing in the driveway, but it was in between my tires, like in the middle of the driveway, and I just went past it. And I'm like, is that what I thought it was? Was that a turtle? Was that a turtle? So I stop the car and get out. This turtle was like this big. It was huge.
In your driveway?
Right.
Did it come from the creek?
I almost hit it.
Oh.
So I called Leo. I'm like, Leo, there's a big turtle.
Is
I
the turtle in the house?
That was in my driveway.
Oh. That was a big turtle.
Big turtle.
Wow.
So it was crazy. So then the kids, look how big it is compared to the kids. It was huge.
Oh, wow.
It was a snapping turtle.
Did it come from the creek?
It had to, right?
Yeah.
That's so close to your house, isn't it?
Well, it was.
That's up
the other
by
way.
the top of the hill.
So Lenny comes down with a snow shovel and a broom, and they like put him on this thing, and he's like snapping like crazy, like trying to hurt someone. It was crazy.
My goodness.
So how crazy is that?
That is crazy.
And then Tiffany texts on the way to Carly's, and she's like, oh my gosh, there's this giant snapping turtle in the road. What is happening?
I saw one too.
What's happening with the turtles? And Bobby said, I think it's when they lay their eggs. At least they do in Florida. And Carly's
When do they lay their eggs here?
I don't know.
Because don't they usually do that on the beach?
I saw
sand?
one and I thought I was crazy. I never said anything.
Where?
A big turtle. Like Tori's like, let's turn around and go get it.
Where at?
The road.
She doesn't know which road.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
That road.
Oh my gosh. So I had to tell you this. We were watching this documentary. It's called the Barkley Marathon. Okay. So it's like it's like 100-mile marathon type thing. And you're given like a compass, and there's one printed map, and everyone has to like write down their own map things. You can't use like GPS or anything. And then you have to run in the woods in Tennessee, basically. My kids were like, Hillary would get so lost. She would never survive that, Mom. And I was like, no, you're right.
Yeah.
She wouldn't be able to read the compass, and she would not know which direction she needed to go in.
Did you ever learn like a saying to remember?
Soggy bottoms. No.
Never eat
soggy waffles, not bottoms.
Okay, I have a tip.
bottoms.
The increase in snapping
Turn
turtles
back around.
on Ohio roads during this time of year is primarily due to their nesting season, which typically occurs in May and June. Female snapping turtles leave their aquatic habitats to find suitable land sites to lay eggs. So it was coming up to lay eggs, and we put it back in the river. She's probably like,
guys, do you know how long it took me to get up here?
Forever.
Oh,
no
you
wonder
thought
she
you
was
were
snapping
saving her,
at you.
though.
I almost hit her, so I was technically saving her. I saved her.
I mean,
name.
how many people wouldn't hit a turtle like on accident? Although they're big enough that you could see them, but still, like.
Yeah.
We had a picnic at my husband's work tonight, And I said,
tonight?
Yeah, it was 5 to 7:30. I said, can you send me the address? And he goes, I've been working here for like 10 years.
Oh. Wait, it was at his work? It wasn't like Blake.
I said, I promise I'll save it this time.
No.
Wow.
So I wouldn't survive.
You wouldn't. And they were concerned. Well, they were like, the first thing that came to their mind was Hillary wouldn't survive
That's
this.
amazing. I have a reputation.
You do.
I have one quick story.
Yes.
So, Ike's finished. I've never thought that I would end up in jail more than I did the other day.
Yeah.
I wanted to hurt people more than I ever have before. We were at Ike's flag game.
I was like, wait, were you in jail?
We were at a playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting, so like all the players are on one side, all the spectators are on the other. So you're all kind of mixed in, which I don't like. Like, keep them on their side, and I don't want to be around them. I want to yell for my kid and not hear you yelling for your kid behind me.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, it's pretty heated, and it's already getting heated. And I'm like, this is dumb. Like, we're just cheering on our kids. Like, I don't understand. So our one kid runs down, and the ref is like, touchdown. And we're like, yeah, we're all yelling, touchdown. The coach is like, that was not a touchdown. He's like, that was not, how could you call that a touchdown? Like, yelling at this kid. He's like 20 years old. He called it on the field, a touchdown. So we're all like, he called a touchdown, like the ruling on the field stands.
Wait,
like,
the coach was yelling at a 20-year-old ref?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yelling at him. And I still don't know how I'm going to deal with this because I'm very upset about the whole situation. The parents are yelling at the coach, the refs. So it's like these two 20-year-old kids like don't know what to do at this point. Like, they've got a coach losing his cool, like yelling at him, parents yelling across the field at him. So then the photographer.
You're out.
No.
They should go.
No. Then we're all like, that was a touchdown. They called a touchdown. It has to be a touchdown. So then the photographer comes over and starts going through her pictures, and they took it back. They took it back from a photographer's picture. And Liza.
That's not okay.
No. Liza goes, how is that okay? How do they know that that picture was taken right when he called the touchdown or not?
Right. It could have been after. It could have been before. It could have been during, and so you weren't quite over. What?
So then it got crazy, and they kept like screaming in our ear for their kids right behind Lenny and I and our family. And we were like yelling about the touchdown. We're like, they called it on the field. How do you call that back? They're like, that wasn't a touchdown. That was not a touchdown. And I'm like, you know what? I turned around. I'm like, we're here to watch our kids. Can we just enjoy our kids' game and maybe not do this? And then Lenny just took his chair and got up and walked away. So then the rest of the game, let's go, CJ, you get that, you, like right in our ear. And I'm like, I texted Lenny. I'm like, if I go to jail, will you bail me out? Because I'm done. I am done. Like, he was the bigger person. He left and walked away. And Mimi and I are sitting there right in the heat of the screaming in our ears the whole time. I've never seen such a poorly ran game. That league's on top of things, like top notch the entire season. That was terrible. I can't believe it. And our coaches were like, I don't even know. I'm sorry that happened, but I would totally rather have. Oh, and the kids on that team had bad attitudes. The one kid took his flag and he went to get his flag back and he elbowed him and then he took his flag. Like, that's what we were dealing with. Like, bad sportsmanship. And the coach was like, I would totally rather lose.
Were they different cities? They weren't all from the same?
No, they're all over. I mean, it's just Stark County. He goes, I would totally rather have our boys with a loss than have what they have with a win, because that's just not how you win games.
Leadership comes down. Yeah,
absolutely.
So, I mean, you can tell, like, there was no respect for anybody there on that team. And it's like, well, I told the coaches, like, you have fun, you encourage them, you respect these kids, and they do the same. They never say anything online. They never, was just dumb. So, anyway.
So then Lenny posts this, like, big, long, like, deep post about how he was reflecting from that game.
Okay.
And he walked up to the lady afterwards and was talking to her and said, your son's a really good player. And I'm like,
okay.
Why?
Go ahead, and I want to say something.
And he was like, like thinking like, well, you know, maybe this scenario happened or what was this person going through or whatever. So he was like being like all deep about it. And then Kelly comments on it and says something like, well, it's the first time I thought I would ever go to jail or something like that.
Never wanted to fight someone more in my life.
Yeah. I never wanted to fight someone more in my life. And I wrote, I should have probably thought about what I was writing on, but I responded with, well, if you choose to pick a time to fight, please don't do it like when I'm not there, because I definitely want to see it go down.
Oh my gosh.
And then another coach that they know commented, Hillary Blake, that's true friendship right there.
Oh my goodness.
Lenny's probably like, hello, anybody see the post? Or
right. Hello. I was trying to be the bigger person here.
Right.
No.
These are 9 and 10-year-olds, guys.
Men can do that. Men walk away from the situation and they like cool down and they're like, okay. Cause I have watched Aaron walk away from like situations in soccer games that we've had and stuff where I am like heated. And he's like, Crystal, you gotta calm down. And I'm like, I am going to go out on that field in a moment. And he just like, let's walk away. Like, it's amazing to me that men can do that.
My husband, sometimes I'm like,
yeah.
But when he got up and moved, and then Pappy got up and moved, because Pappy was we were all super frustrated.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Good old youth sports for you.
It's funny because when Pacey played soccer on a travel team, it was always the moms that were like very heated and the dads were like all calm and cool, except for one when he got kicked out of the game. So
like those parents should have been kicked out. That's coach
crazy.
Should have been ejected.
Yeah.
Well, for sure. The coach for sure. But I've watched them on a soccer field. The ref called out a dad, told him to leave. He got mouthy with him. He wouldn't start the game until he got in the truck and left the parking lot. And I was like, oh.
Was he an older ref?
Yes.
Or young like that?
He was an older ref, so he could handle it. But when you're younger, you just don't know what to do, especially when they're older than you.
Yeah.
Then later in the game, this kid's running down for a touchdown, clearly going to get it. Kid misses, like, was going to just totally tackles him, hurts him. Our kid's on the ground. Like, you are not supposed to tackle in flag, but he knew, okay, we'll get a penalty, but he won't get the score. Like,
stop it.
Oh, yeah. And he was out for like 4 minutes laying on the ground there, like lifting his legs up. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Right, because this is not tackle, so he doesn't have any equipment on or anything. What?
Let's talk about... Summertime. Yeah!
That was summertime. Care Bears.
Yeah.
Wow. Summertime. Summer's coming.
So I have a little story behind this song.
Tell us.
So the last day of school this year, I pull up to the school. So we're coming to the school, like jamming to this song. Lenny had it on when they came down the steps. And then when you get in the car, I put it on. We get close to the school and I roll all the windows down, the sunroof open. And when I turn the pilot's music up, it thumps. Like, it is crazy. So Liza's having fun, and then they're all having fun singing it. And we start getting close to the school. She's like, Mom, like, stop. I'm like, I'm not stopping. It's not gonna stop. I am going to play this song as loud as I can because it's summertime. And she's like, Mom. So we pull up to the school. It's boom, boom, boom. Summertime. Liza's getting her book bag out. The teachers are walking to the school, like, laughing. This is so fun. All the other kids are loving it. Liza's like, I hate my life right now. So then when we left school, she had a few friends come after school. And I turned that up again. And they thought it was the best thing ever. Then Liza's like, okay, this is cool.
It's always the friends that get as long as their friends are okay with it, then everything's fine.
Good old summertime.
I used to not love it, but it's growing on me the older my kiddos get.
Yeah.
Especially because they can help me with my 2-year-old.
Summertime.
Yeah.
With a toddler.
Yeah.
I hope you all know you're not actually going to have fun this summer. You're going to babysit.
You are old enough to be my babysitter.
So Cedar Point, are you going to go this summer?
I want to.
Or are you going to wait till October?
I am going to wait until
We can go to Halloween weekend.
No.
Do you have a pass?
No. We're gonna wait until they do that pass for $99 that you could get the whole following year. So like September?
What about vacation?
No vacation for me.
Because you're getting a pool?
Because we're getting a pool.
Yeah.
Yep. But all my kids are going to like camps and day things and stuff. So
fun.
What about you? Vacation?
So our vacation we take in September because we love going to the beach in hurricane season.
Right.
Because it's way cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like my sister-in-law's like, oh, you're going to the beach? When are you going? She goes, not September. I'm like, yep, September. We're going in September. And she goes, so there'll be a hurricane because it happens every time.
It's amazing.
So we're doing that, and then we usually go to West Virginia to Lenny's like family farm for a few days, and we'll let off fireworks and ride 4-wheelers and just unplug from everything because there's like no service there.
Yeah,
which is nice.
Sweat, no
and
air.
Sweat. There's no air. Yeah,
I would be mean.
I've been grounding lately, so like
I did yesterday.
Did you?
Yes.
Yeah. I decided I used to like wear shoes into the garden, and now I'm like, no shoes, no gloves, just picking the weeds, walking on the rocks when the Blakes just show up. Like, oh my gosh.
We pulled in.
I forgot about that.
Why did we pull in?
You were picking something up.
Okay.
Were you?
I don't remember, but we pulled in for a reason. I feel like you knew we were coming.
I did. Well, you were dropping off the video camera.
Oh, yes.
Before you headed out for
vacation,
for you.
yes. Yep. And so she's like, her back is to us when we pull up in the driveway, and she's
Did
like,
she wash her back or
it needed washed, I think.
No, but you better watch yours.
But
so she didn't see us coming, and she doesn't have shoes on. Did you have coffee? Maybe
I did.
And she's like slowly walking along the bricks in her yard. And
she wasn't nude, was she?
She was. And my husband goes, what's she doing right now? Is everything okay?
The bricks.
So funny. It's like around her garden.
Oh, yeah, like those rocks that are around my garden. And I'm like balancing myself, walking, talking to myself.
Did you know she was coming?
I knew she was coming, but I did not know that it was going to be that moment. I didn't know it was that moment.
We literally just told you why. She knew I was coming.
So I was out there waiting for her, and I thought that I would just go around looking at my garden to make sure everything was good. And I was talking to myself out loud and balancing on the rocks.
Like if we didn't know her, we might have been like, ooh, this lady's not okay.
She just talks to her plants. It's fine.
Got your gummy bears and your garden.
My garden.
So we just went on vacation. And, you know, I just wish I wasn't the storm. That's all I have to say.
Oh, gosh. What happened?
Oh, yeah. We don't know this stuff.
Oh, no.
So.
No. When she says it like that, that's terrifying.
It was not that bad, but I'm just like, really, Hillary? So we love Panama City, Florida. Love it, love it, love it, love it. But it's like a 14-hour drive without stopping. That's a lot with 5 children, one that's not even 2 yet. And so
your van is packed full of kids.
Packed full of kids, packed full of stuff. And I was trying to find places that were closer, Ocean City or like Michigan, because I've heard really good things about it. And nothing was making my heart happy. And I'm like, if we're going to go on vacation.
You didn't go last year.
We didn't go the last 2. When I was pregnant, we didn't go, or the last 2 years. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. You went somewhere last year, though.
Tennessee.
Yeah, but not Panama City.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just needed it. And I told him, I'm like, we have to go there. And he's like, you're crazy, but okay. So we decided to stop. Halfway was Nashville. And we really wanted to go to Nashville when we went to Tennessee, but we just didn't get the chance to drive there. And so we stopped halfway. And we got a hotel that was like 20 minutes from Nashville because just it's crazy in the city. And I will say I loved Nashville. I would like to go back to Nashville. but it's like only really family friendly fun for like a day. I didn't think like, unless you want to like go to museums, and I kept posting like, does anybody have suggestions where to go? And they're like, this park's nice. And I'm like, I don't want to go to Nashville to go to a park. Like, that's not why I want to go there.
Mm-hmm.
My kids in museums, it doesn't really work. Like, we thought about the wax museum, but with Grant, it just was too much. None of it was great. So we went to the Honky Tonk Road or whatever it is. And like at night, kids aren't even allowed to come there because it gets real crazy. Well, during the day, it's still like hopping, like kind of out of control. But it was super cool. Like music coming from every building. And like people standing in the windows, like playing guitar and singing, like performing, like for the road. It was just so cool.
I want to go.
I know. It was so cool. Fun. So then I'm like, and there was so many people because we were there the weekend of a holiday. So, and it was a Saturday.
Right. Yeah.
So not my favorite or my husband's favorite place to be with 5 children that you have to like keep an eye on all of them.
Oh, no.
And then I'm like, I want to enjoy Nashville. And look, there's free line dancing. And he's like, oh, gosh. So we go into this bar, but it was during the day. It wasn't like the bar vibe. And we went up the stairs and there was like line dancing lessons going on. It was so fun. And so then we only lasted until like 4:00 and then we were done. And so we left. We did some shopping there. Nightmare. So packed full of people. So then we go back to the hotel. Oh, and then we didn't go back to the hotel. We went to the Gaylord Opry Hotel.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which was amazing. Expensive. So I looked what it would be to stay there.
Gaylord or Grand Old Opry?
I think it's the Grand Old Opry.
I swear it said Gaylord.
That
Grand
was a movie,
Old
I think.
Opry.
Hold on.
The pictures that you were at, like the fountains with the trees in the back.
Says Gaylord Opryland Resort and Convention Center. That's what it's called.
Oh. They must have
changed it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
But it said Opryland. So.
Gaylord.
Yeah.
Opryland. So anyway.
Maybe we just say it wrong. I thought it was like Grand Old Opry.
It used to be when I was a kid.
So anyway, we go there and I checked to see how much it was. It was like $1,000 for 2 nights for a family our size.
I saw Garth Brooks there once.
Crazy. Oh, that's fun.
Just walked by.
Oh.
So the K-Love convention thing was going on.
Okay.
So many people. It was K-Love.
Like the
Christian radio station.
Oh.
They were having like a big conference. So, I mean, then we're walking, it's packed full of people. Oh my gosh. Well, my kids were convinced we had to ride this boat because they have a boat that goes through the hotel. And like they said, Nana said we have to ride this boat. And my mom's like, I didn't say that. I said, there's a really cool boat there you have to see. And I'm like, well, Nana said we had to ride it. So we did. And it was not cheap. So anyway, my hubs didn't really pay attention when we walked in because we're just going to a hotel, right? It's so big. We spent a half hour to 45 minutes trying to find our way out. We were lost. We kept going in circles.
But he was super happy.
We didn't park there because we don't want to pay to park there.
Oh my goodness.
So we parked in the mall. So like you have to find the exit. I'm going to sneeze. You have to find the exit that takes you that way, or else you walk around this ginormous like property. So he's like, I didn't really pay attention when we came in. And Tori and Isley are like, we know where to go. And so he's like, okay, well, I'll just let this happen. I'll let you lead us. Literally, we just kept ending up in the same spot. I was laughing so hard that I was like bending over, like I was afraid I was going to pee my pants. I go, honestly, like, I think I know how to get us out of here. And nobody believes me. But I knew, and I got us out.
Look at
One try.
Whoa.
Only because I had a landmark in my mind. Because when we walked in, I saw the boat to the left. And
oh yeah. Okay.
So I got us back. But it was just like I was cackling through the whole hotel because we were lost. We couldn't get out.
Oh my goodness.
But it was beautiful. Like,
it is beautiful. And like it's like a rainforest in there.
Yeah.
Like
Isley's like, I feel like we're in the Titanic because like the halls look like it. And then like all those like the walls of the hotel rooms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was gorgeous.
Super, super cool.
I mean, I was only there in the 90s, but
yeah. So we went back to the hotel and We slept for the night. We got up to leave. Got on the road later than we wanted to because that's what always happens. We are on our way to our our condo in Panama City. And I get this message from the Airbnb. Ready for this? When the storm happens, people. So she says to me,
oh no,
I can get back here. Now, I will also share that we waited till the last minute to book this again and got $1,000 off.
Which is amazing because you always do that.
But that doesn't reduce my expectations to what I show up to. And
oh no,
she says to me, sorry, I can't find it. Why didn't I have it ready? Hey, Hillary, this is at almost 4:00. Can you let me know what time you're arriving? Is it right at 4:00? The cleaners are still trying to dry the bedding. If you are very close, I will have them take it with them, but then they will have to bring it back and put it on the beds after you have checked in. If you are still a ways away, I will have them finish up. Well, we were still 30 minutes away. An hour later, I replied to her, we're still 30 minutes away. So they still had an hour and a half after she messaged me. Not a problem. The cleaners are done, except the bed linens are not on the beds, and there are not enough towels. They're bringing more towels. Are you okay with them coming in when they arrive and making the beds and putting the towels out for you? I'm so sorry for this. It will give you enough time to go out and have some appetizers on me. So she sent me $65. I went straight back to that Airbnb where they weren't done cleaning when we got there. We had to sit on the couch and watch them clean. They showed up with orange juice and gift cards, tried to babysit my kids and have me dog sit. I'm like, here we go again. I can't do this again.
Oh my gosh.
So she said, I have asked them to let me know. Will you be using the top bunk, Hillary? When I was there, I noticed the comforter was dirty and I took it out to be washed. I think the cleaner should be dropping off a new one, but I'm not sure. If she doesn't bring a clean one and you're using the top bunk, I will have one delivered or deliver it myself. So glad you made it there safely. No, I'm not using all the beds. Yes. There's a reason I booked that.
I have a lot of children.
So I said, yes, we're using all the bunks. My son does have his own blanket, though, although they didn't do the master bedroom before they left. So the cleaners showed up while we were there. Now I'm tired. I have been traveling for days with 5 children. I don't want the moment I walk in to be the cleaners coming and putting our room back together. That's what was happening. I was being nice about it. I was talking to them, but they left without doing the master bedroom. So the bedding still wasn't on the bed. There were 4 towels. I used 2.
For 7 of you?
Yeah, 4 towels. So I said, yes, we're using all the bunks. My son does have his own blanket, though. They didn't do the master before they left. Also, does the light in the second bedroom work? We see the lamp, but didn't know if it was the ceiling light turns on, and we just don't know the trick. And is there a vacuum somewhere that I'm missing? There are crumbs and stuff all over the living room floor that I would like to clean up. And I'm not super picky. I don't care that much about stuff, but this was not okay.
It should be done.
And it's not
still
it was
paying
cheap
for it.
No, it was not cheap.
You're still paying for it.
Yeah. She said, yes, the light works. And she told me about the light, where the vacuum was. And then she said, what's wrong with the master bedroom? Let me know and I'll have to do it. So now she's going to come put our bedding
And
on.
now it's what?
Now it's almost 8:00. I said, I can do it. The bedding wasn't put together. Before they left, they told our daughter that you were coming back, but I wasn't sure why. They didn't tell me that. They told my daughter that. That's what the bed looked like when we got there.
That doesn't even look like it was washed.
No. So she said they've already been there. They didn't do the master. I'm so sorry. They were supposed to let me know when they were on their way. They're highly recommended. This will be their last cleaning. But it sounds like they were already fired, because she said maybe that's why they're doing an awful job. So I said, well, I'm just telling you all this so you have the information. I won't post this in my review as it's not your fault. But yes, they've already been here and they didn't touch our bedroom. In addition, there's sand everywhere. I know we were on the beach, but I have never come to a place with so much sand on the bedding, on the floor, cracker crumbs crushed up in the living room floor, and several hairs. One super long one in the bathroom. I can only find 2 towels. There's a tote of towels in the closet. Should we pull them from there? They came and did the 2 other rooms, but no blanket on the top bunk, and they didn't touch our room. And then she just replied a couple other things. And then I said, I really hope you didn't pay them a cleaning fee because I just got done cleaning. This was at 10 o'clock. 2 hours later, they went down to the pool and I rage cleaned. I really hope you didn't pay them a cleaning fee because I just got done cleaning and didn't even do as much as I'd like. Any chance there's a hand vac hiding anywhere? Because the beds are caked in sand. I have never gone to a condo where they didn't sweep. There's a little bit of sand, but it was piles on the floor of sand.
Obviously, they did not clean.
No. She said, and I said, that it's all over their beds. I had a chance to clean their rooms, but now I need to sweep off their beds. So
how do you know their beds were even clean?
Because they came back with the clean stuff, supposedly, and put it all on. But but it was because there was sand everywhere, when they're walking in and then going up and moving things around, it just got all over the bed. So I was furious. I'm this is not what I want to do when I get here. And so I got paid the cleaning fee because I was mad.
Yeah. How much did you get paid?
$150. So she sent me $65 and $150. And I'm
it should have been more than that.
I know, but I wasn't. I asked for $1,000, well, more than $1,000 off, so I wasn't going to go there. But I was so annoyed, and she just kept saying, "I'll come." And I'm
Did this place have good reviews?
Yeah, so many.
Was it a nice place?
It was nice. I was not happy day one. I was I want to go home. I was so mad, upset. My kids are there's sand all over our beds, so it just felt hair in the bathtub, stuff that could have been easily cleaned.
That's when we were in Colorado and we went to that thing and we spent 2.5 hours and Aaron's nope, we're done. We're getting our money back and we're leaving.
Yeah. So I did clean everything and it was fine. It was a really good trip, but I was not happy. That night I was done. I wanted to turn around and go home. Then I go to unpack what we have there and my bag got set down by one of our kids in the hotel in Nashville that had my only pair of jeans, the sound machine, the monitor, our medicine, all of this stuff. And I'm
it's in Nashville. It got left there.
Yeah. And I'm
stop.
Really? Really? So I wore 2 outfits that whole week because I didn't have anything that looked good with. Luckily I took black pants, so I wore black pants everywhere we went in Florida. And I was just so upset. I'm I just want to go home. I want to go home right now.
How did you are you getting your bag back?
So we stopped on the way back home because he's it's on the way home. And I'm I just bought those jeans at my birthday. I only buy one pair of jeans that fit me right now.
Oh my gosh.
Because I don't want to be chubby forever. So then I don't have any jeans in Florida. And I didn't want to spend money on something like that. I was so upset. And Nora's Mom, my inhalers are gone. So her her little fanny pack, she left at a restaurant in Nashville on the booth.
What? So
we had to stop 2 places on the way home.
But what did she do in Florida?
I had other inhalers.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm way to start this week off. This is fantastic. Super fun.
Whoa.
Wow. So the restaurant had her fanny pack?
Yeah, I called and they set everything aside for us, luckily.
Stop.
But when I first called the hotel about the bag, they were oh yeah, that's the cleaning crew. I can't open the door where it would be. You'll have to call back in the morning. And I'm the person at the front desk can't open a door and look, but they wouldn't.
That's weird.
So now we're home.
Oh my goodness, happy summer.
Yeah, but everything else was really good. It was super fun. We did karaoke again. My dad called me and he's you're taking your kids partying on this vacation? First line dancing in a bar, then karaoke in a bar. And I'm really, Dad? We line danced at noon.
Oh my goodness.
And karaoke was literally called family karaoke night. So shut your mouth.
Oh man.
Wow. Good thing you didn't end up with Kesha and
oh yeah, in Nashville.
Jet ski.
What?
I for sure thought we were going to see boobs in Nashville, like for real. Because there was like advertisements about topless jet ski rides.
Oh, yeah.
But then also like everywhere in Nashville, there's like party buses. And so like all these like bachelorette
somebody's
parties.
boobs are coming out.
And the guys stand on the side of the road and pull their shirts up, like trying to like egg them on. So they didn't come out during the day, but I bet they will at night.
I'm sure.
So.
Oh my goodness.
But for the rest of the summer, we're just doing volleyball because I'm going to coach volleyball. We're going to try to do fun things, some sporty things, and that's really it.
Wow.
What about you guys? Quick and...
Yeah, quick and dirty.
Oh,
what?
That's what she said.
Wait, why are we doing it quick?
Well, because we've been talking for almost an hour.
57 minutes.
Quick, but not like as quick as the last time when you were like... bzz, 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 bzz.
Yes. So we have youth group trips coming up, and we have camp coming up. We have cheerleading camp coming up. We just finished football camp. So Strider had a week of football camp. Our pool. That's all I can say right now. Our pool.
When's it going to be in?
Our pool.
Next weekend.
Oh. Hopefully.
Give or take a couple days. Yeah. I'm hoping. So everything's level. Aaron has it all sprayed out like where it's supposed to be with like marking paint.
Yeah.
And he has to do like a couple channels across the pool width of it. And then he can just start setting things up. So I think that we were supposed to have a guy come and do it, but we're still on the list and nobody got any work done in May because it rained so much.
Yeah,
so we're like
terrible.
Pushed even more. So we originally said June and now it's like July. So Aaron's like, I'm just doing it. I'm just finishing it. So yeah, so that's a process. We have our new floor.
Yay.
And I'm living back in I'm back in the kitchen. So the refrigerator is back in there. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I moved the refrigerator again two times. I helped him move it into the living room. And the second time, he says to me, he got these new straps, like these dolly shoulder
like what they
straps.
had when they dropped them at my house, but wouldn't bring them on.
Wouldn't bring them up.
Yeah.
So he bought those because he had to move the washer and dryer. And so he says, he puts it on me. And he tries to tighten it or whatever because it's big on me. And he's like, okay, well, I don't think it adjusts to your size. And I'm like, okay. So then he was like, so I'm going to put this underneath the refrigerator and I'm going to tighten it. And then we'll lift up together. So he tightens it. And I end up like shrunk down. And he's like, you got to squat down. And I'm like, I'm squatting. And he's like, so he tightens it. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So like, I'm all the way down squatting now. And he's like, stand up. And I'm like, stand up? I'm like, what do you mean stand up? I can't. I'm stuck here. He's like, no, stand up. I didn't realize what he meant was when you stand up, the refrigerator will come with you. I thought he just wanted me to stand up. And I'm like, I can't. And he's like, stand up. And I'm like, fine. And I stood up and the refrigerator came with me and he's like, yes, that's what I wanted. And I was like, oh my gosh. So we're fighting through this whole process or whatever. And I'm like, where were these straps when I carried Hillary's refrigerator
no kidding.
up the steps? He's like, if you could carry, Strider said, if you could carry Hillary's refrigerator up all of her steps, you could get it up one step. And I was like, I have these straps on. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. It was ridiculous.
Shut your mouth, kid.
Right? Why don't you do this?
Oh my goodness.
So yeah.
Summer.
Summer.
My biggest summer plan is growing grass in my backyard because my chickens ate it all and it made me really mad. So
is it growing?
It's growing.
Yes.
Thank you, Chat GPT.
Yes, a whole plan. We came up with one.
It's growing. I mean, we've put tons of topsoil down.
Yeah.
And grass seed, but I still have like half the yard to do. So we need more topsoil.
Okay.
And we'll do that. But the kids have camps, like the boys have wrestling camp next week. Naomi and Nora are in a play next week, The Wizard of Oz. Liza is full go with horse stuff right now. So she's doing riding meetings every Monday and riding every third. Like she's riding multiple times a week. We'll go to West Virginia for a couple days. And then
The fair.
The fair. The fair is a big thing for us. So we go to the fair in August for a week. Then I don't know why I planned this way. We'll come home for a week, not even a week, like 5 days, and then we leave for the beach.
Oh.
Which I feel like you said the same thing last year.
I think you did that last year.
I didn't do it last year.
Oh, okay.
I had a few weeks in between.
Oh.
Last year,
Something else was
it was the
right
only week
after
he had.
camp, though, right? Or
they had to start school. Liza had to start school the day after fair.
Oh,
but
yeah.
luckily, the days of school switched to Tuesday, Thursday. So she's like, Mom, I don't have to be at school the day after fair. I'm like, this is good.
Oh, they switched the days? Okay.
To Tuesday, Thursday. So
Is that better for everybody?
I think so. I hate Mondays. I hate
Mondays
getting
are
up.
hard. Yeah.
I just want to sleep in. I don't know.
Now Tuesday's going to be the new Monday, though.
No, but it's hard on Sundays. Like we have church
Yeah.
and there's
I agree.
family at our house and then
Long
there's
weekend.
football
Mhm.
and then it's like go to bed and try to get up.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I
It'll be
forgot
fine.
one more thing. Letty is taking summer horse lessons again, and she is in herd 3. So she got promoted up to herd 3,
sweet.
but herd 3 was full for summer lessons. So she got moved to herd 4,
Oh, cool.
and she cantered for the first time.
Oh, I bet she loved it.
Last night, and she was so excited, and she says to me, "So when is my next horse lesson?"
Aw.
And I'm like, "It's next Wednesday." And she's like, "Oh, Mom, I just want to go now." And I was like, "I know, honey."
Aw.
Well, every time we say summer, I think of this. I don't know why, but I've always loved the idea of summer and sun and all things hot. Olaf.
Yes.
But not you.
No, not me, just Olaf.
Thank you for listening to a production from Family Simple Media and the CSW Podcast. Follow, like, and subscribe at CSW Podcast on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Well, I know, but I'm going to get it on
Do you
you.
want me to wink at you when it's time?
Yeah.
Okay,
Let me find it real quick.
we're on.
Wait. Okay, hang on. You can leave it on.
We're on. Okay, hang on.
Ah. Okay. Okay. I got it.
Get it out.
He's going to kill you. He's like, "What is that?"
This is how I've been dealing with life for like a week.
What, like the...
Yeah. All the pollen,
Yeah.
Ohio going from like 40 degrees to 90 degrees.
From the air that we breathe.
And we're moving on.
They're like, if the microwaves won't get them, we'll just go ahead and blow that smoke down.
There it was.
You know what?
There
I've
it was.
decided that God knows when I'm supposed to go, so I'm not going to worry about the microwave or the smog anymore. Because if that's how I'm
There's no
supposed to
hiding from
go,
the smog. It's
I
just
can't
here.
put an extra hour to my day.